Jesus, priceless treasure. Now, the world gives us plenty of trouble, but Jesus, through all that trouble, Jesus is our hope and our peace. And this hymn reminds us of that. Now, this hymn might actually be a little bit difficult to sign. So let's see. Stanza 1. So how do you say this first phrase? You say, Jesus, treasure worth much? What does it really mean? Do you remember the parable of the man who found a treasure in a field? He sold everything he had and bought that field so that he could have that treasure. Jesus is worth more than anything. So here are some options. First one is Jesus, treasure worth much. Just follow basically what it says. Or Jesus, precious treasure. Jesus, wonderful Savior, or Jesus, precious Savior, because that is why he is worth much. Jesus, worth surpassing. If you have a good idea, please share it. Moving on. You give pleasure pure. You, my true friend or true friend. Anguish means to suffer. Languish is similar, kind of, but it means weak or miserable or left alone. Because the next line is yearning for him, I think it makes the most sense to think of this as left alone. So, how about this? Long time I suffer, I feel alone. Lord, I desire you, I yearn for you. You are mine, or I'd say, you, my Savior. Lamb divine. Now here, suffer means, it's the old English way of saying allow or let. And naught means nothing. So I let nothing hide you. Now, you could also think of this hiding as I have no priority above you. So I seek nothing more than you. I only desire you. Stanza 2. In your arms I rest, or to follow the meaning a little bit more, you defend me. Enemies try, or enemies want to attack me. I'm safe with you. Now there's a though here. We're going to repeat that. Say it now and say it again at the end. Even though the earth shakes, every heart fears, no matter my fears, Jesus calms me. Lightning flashes, thunder crashes, also sin and hell, or you could say sin and the devil attack me. Jesus never fails me. Stanza 3. What's the best concept here for defy? Maybe oppose or resist or reject. Maybe resist. Death, I now condemn you, or death, I now criticize you. Fear, be gone. Let's pause here for a moment. There are some people who don't like this stanza because God is the one who addresses Satan. He addresses Satan and death and fear, and he defeats them for us. It's not my responsibility to face them down. And it's true. So you could alter your interpretation a little bit and say, Satan, God rejected you, or God defeated you. Death, God condemned you. Fear, God orders you finished. World, you cannot harm me. Your threats don't alarm me. While I sing peace, or while I sing God's peace. God's power great, protects me every hour, or protects me always. Earth and everything worships him. Silently bow before him. Stanza 4. All earthly treasure be gone. Jesus is my pleasure, or Jesus is my joy. Jesus is my choice, or my choice. Now, what other choices are there? This stanza doesn't give us a list. So maybe better concept, Jesus, I want or I desire you. Empty glory. Could be earthly glory or foolishness. So all earthly glory be gone. That story tempting is truly worthless. Now we have a list of things that threaten to separate us from Christ. We can give the list and say they can't separate us. Or we can give the list and say we continue clinging to Jesus. Either way works. Pain, loss, shame, cross. Now, for cross, I think I would say suffering. It may be more clear. Cannot separate me from Jesus. Or pain, loss, shame, suffering. No matter, I continue trusting my Savior because he desires to love me, or because he loves and cherishes me. Stanza 5. You can't really leave the world. So what is this saying? Maybe, evil world, you can't control me. No longer you deceive me. Appeal. I would understand this to be temptation or fascination. Your temptation fails. In the past, sin blinded me. Now, go away. Don't come again. And the next two phrases I would flip to make it make more sense. Pride and power, your time is finished. Sinful life in the past chained me. Now I'm free forever. Stanza 6. All fear and sadness is gone or finished, because the Lord full of gladness, or the Lord full of joy, Jesus enters in, and the next two phrases you may want to swap them. Happens, storms and trouble, no matter. People who love the Father, they continue to have peace. True, no matter here I suffer, either you are pleasure pure or you give pleasure pure. Jesus, treasure, worth, surpassing, something like that. Okay, well, I said this one might be a little bit difficult, and I think some of those phrases and wordings were a little bit challenging. If you have any suggestions how to sign this, please leave your comments below. Thank you for watching. God bless you as you interpret.